Domination, late 14th century. Domination, rule, control by means of superior ability, influences, resources, or position. The exercise of power in ruling. From dominus, lord, master, literally master of the house. From domus, house, home. From pi root, dem, house, household. So domination is through a superior ability, and being of a higher power. Rulership is a consequence. Governance is a result of this power. That is, over one's place of residence. So when we can answer the question, where do we dwell? We can absolutely know whether or not we have domination over a dwelling, being a master of that house. Now, some may attribute their house to a building that serves as living quarters, purchased with cash, a mortgage, or owner financing, etc. They may even attribute a house to government, to Congress. However, the ability to engage with either requires us to have a shared interest, which in turn fosters or promotes the growth and development of that connection. So this evidence suggests that this superior ability that constitutes as the foundation of domination doesn't start with our participation, which speaks to our will being the proof, measure, and translator of our silent intent. It starts with pure consciousness. And if it starts with our awareness of our sovereignty, that is realizing that we are the observer, not the thoughts, our true will is activated, organizing the mental plane, forcing thoughts to align with maintaining vigilance, mindfulness, or self-remembering, that our astral body be calmed because our emotions are being governed by consciousness of the highest level, and our physical body in turn participates flawlessly in the external world. What is this flawless participation, you may ask? Self-mastery, which is a true or pure domination, an absolute rule of our true dwelling, the spirit. We are no longer focused on the profane or exoteric definition of domination, which is about controlling external things like people, property, or politics. Our participation is flawless because our dwelling has moved to a esoteric definition of domination, which is entirely about internal sovereignty. That way we can participate in the world consciously, where our mind no longer wanders, throws tantrums, and gets ruled by external circumstances. The super ability or higher level of spiritual awareness to dominate or govern our mind, rather than letting our mind dominate us. In this state, we are entirely self-contained. We do not need to buy a house to feel secure, nor do we need Congress to pass a law to feel safe. Because when we dominate our inner universe, we are completely immune to being dominated by the outer one. Instead, the outer universe directly assists us. It is a gem for our sovereignty. We don't simply feel like we are on the throne, because in our sovereignty, being tested daily, we know that. Even as we know our ability to carry out different tasks in the gems of the world. A mirror needs a reflected light, does it not? So how could we know that we are truly the mirror if it wasn't for the reflections, allowing us to test or prove whether or not we are still getting stuck into the movie? Friction likened to insults, being cut off in traffic, or a stressful news headline, just to name a few, is the outer universe offering us a gift. Reacting blindly means that we have fell off the throne, and the outer universe just helped us strengthen our spiritual muscles. That is, if we observe the reaction as raw data. Even tools like books, philosophical systems act as a structural external mirror, reflecting our own inner wisdom back to us in an organized way, helping our mind to articulate and anchor what our spirit already knows. We do not view the superior ability of domination in a profane sense. We have moved to that which is sacred, becoming a pillar of peace for others who are still drowning in the reflection. In us, their chaos finds no purchase. We help because it's the right action and not because it makes us feel good about ourselves. And that's because we no longer need external things to feel safe or to feel free. We give them permission to look for their own throne by holding our own, refraining from polluting the collective emotional atmosphere with fear, jealousy, or vanity. It's a domination by way of aligning our mind to pure consciousness. This is our observation, not necessarily a national holiday, but looking inward to find our true dwelling and claiming our throne. And once firmly seated, we look outward to participate clearly, using the outer universe as both a playground for creation and a sharpening stone for our awareness. Now, we aren't a pillar of salt or uncrystallized intent. We are a pillar for others by way of our sovereignty. We have stopped performing spirituality or self-mastery. It is our priority to stay completely anchored in pure consciousness, offering a massive, unshakable boundary of stillness. So when others' emotional storm hits our stillness, it loses momentum, being safely grounded out. Our standing still is the assistance and not trying to say perfect words, fix their problems, or look like a wise guru. I'm capturing my journey. Feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you get the picture.